जय श्री माता जी। हम सब श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर नमस्कार करके बंधन लेंगे। लेट्स ऑल bow down to Shri Mata ji and take तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। संतुलन की प्रक्रिया के लिए फॉर बैलेंसिंग आंसर, बाएं हाथ को श्रीमाता जी की ओर रखें और दाहिने हाथ को जमीन पर या जमीन की ओर रखते हुए, let's place our left hand towards Shrimati ji for clearing the left channel, and the right hand, let's place it on the Mother Earth or towards the Mother Earth. श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमारे इड़ा नाड़ी शुद्ध एवं निर्मल कीजिए, हमारी इच्छा शक्ति को पूर्णतः शुद्ध कीजिए. श्री माता जी, प्लीज क्लेंस एंड प्योरीफाई our ida nadi and the power of desire in us. जय श्री माता जी. अपने दाहिने हथेली को गोदी में लाएं, श्री माता जी की ओर रखें और अपने बाएं हथेली को अब घुमाकर आकाश की तरफ मोड़ते हुए अपने कान के पास. Let's bring our right hand back on the lap and place it towards Shri Mataji. The left hand, let's take it and place it next to the left ear, palm facing upwards. श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी एवं चित्त को शुद्ध और निर्मल कीजिए. श्री माता जी, प्लीज क्लेंस एंड प्योरीफाई our right channel and our attention. जय माता जी. अपने बाएं हथेली को अपने गोदी में लाएं. दोनों हथेलियों को हम श्री माता जी की ओर रखें. Let's bring our left hand back on the lap and both the hands, let's place it towards Shri Mata ji. अपने चित्त को अपने मध्य नाड़ी पे हम रखते हैं. Let's put our attention on our central channel. श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमें संतुलन प्रदान करें. श्री माता जी, प्लीज grant us a state of balance. अपने चित्त को अपने सहस्त्रार पर हम रखते हैं. Let's put our attention now on a सहस्त्रार. श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमें निर्विचार समाधि प्रदान करें. श्री माता जी, please grant and establish us in thoughtless awareness state. इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में है हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे. In this state of meditation, let's listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
Celebrating the birth of Christ. We have to little bit review what we have done after his birth, so that we understand where do we stand in relation to him. I've just asked all the he was the son of a virgin. So that even the slightest blot on his name should not be created, because he was to do the greatest job of creating for us Agya awareness, which would help us to suck in all our sins, all our conditionings and all our ego. And this great personality was created for such a great work within ourselves. But unfortunately, we have spoiled both these institutions within us to such an extent that is the most difficult task to give realization to Christians. On the one side, we have too much conditioning, as you know. Through Catholicism and other ideas about Christianity, we created a horrible conditioning in our super-ego, which is just like solid rock, I think, sometimes. And those who have been in Catholic churches are still get stuck up with it. When they are facing me, I find their eyes are blinking and the Agya is not straight. You have to give up all that conditioning completely if you have to really get to Sahaja. To that extent we went that we tried to create institutions. Of course, we collected money, no doubt about it, lot of money, all kind of drama of a papal order and of an archbishop order and all these archbishops and of tomfoolery. All kinds of nonsensical donkey people were created. Absolutely. They have nothing to do with Christ, they have nothing to do with God, they have no idea of divine life. And to them, prohibiting people from doing something was only religion. And this has taken the West into such darkness that Sahaja Yoga has to be worked out in a very great speed and in a very expansive. Otherwise you cannot get over these horrible ideas of archbishops and the bishops and the popes. The other side is the ego part. Then people like Mr. Freud came in and they put absolutely anti-God ideas into people. Absolutely anti-God. It's against the mother, against the son. Absolutely, it is absurd. These anti-God, devilish ideas penetrated and people started saying, what's wrong? This is all conditioning. We should remove all conditioning. So they became ego-oriented, which is the other side which Christ has to work on. So after Christ has been established in the West, they have seen to it that they create all hurdles that are possible under the sun for the Agya Chakra to open out. Despite that, I find that all Sahaja yogis who are from the West are still attached to Christianity and not to Christ. There is a lingering Christianity still within you, and that Christianity has to drop out. While Indians are very good at dropping out all nonsensical ideas, because we have had lots of challenges in this country for everything. For the conditioning, we have had challenges. For the ego-oriented, we have had challenges. So people are used to this kind of a giving up. But in the West, we still are very much attached to that nonsense of Christianity. It has nothing to do with Christ, believe me. And this fanaticism which is lingering still in your minds must be given up. Otherwise you do not do any justice to Christ. That by no chance means that you take to another religion like Hinduism or any nonsensical Jainism or anything. The essence, the tattva of Christianity is Christ. And it is so thickly clouded by all these nonsensical things that you really have to drop out this word Christianity from your vocabulary completely and from your mind, otherwise you can never go to that principle. It's a fact, take it from me. And even now, the attention of all the people is on what Christ said or Mother Mary has said it, and which has come through these horrible people to us. So to learn about other deities and other great incarnations, you neutralize this. You must try to neutralize this too much attention by learning about other deities. Say Sri Ganesh. If you talk about Sri Ganesh, he is the essence of Christ. You understand that. Ganesha is the essence of Christ, and Christ is the manifestation of Sri Ganesha's powers. So if you go to the essence most thing, you see, that's better. Then of course, Christ is there, but we must see him as he is, which very few people have seen before. But now in Sahaja Yoga, you should see him as he was. He was the holiest of holy, first of all. You accept that position? Then this Freud nonsense has nothing to do. Those who call themselves Christians, 5 days they do all nonsensical of Freud, and 6th day they talk of Christianity, and 7th day they go to church. How can they go? How can they call themselves Christians? By what standard? Just tell. Just think of it. And the Indians have asked them to get out because they won't understand what it is. It's so nonsensical. It's filth. The holiest of holy, we have brought him down to such a low level by our nonsensical idea. So one has to understand that these conditionings of Catholicism made us so repulsive to ourselves that we took to the other side, which is even worse, much worse than the conditioning itself. And you come in contact with these people morning till evening. Either they are Freudians or they are so-called Christians, even after realization. But you must know you are special people. You are above them. You reason above them. Christ is awakened. So to do justice to Christ, you must get over all your conditionings to begin with of Christianity if you have any, or if you have been Freudian, get rid of that horrible fellow. Absolutely. He was anti-Christ. 666. We have nothing to do with Freud's ideas, even this much. Believe me. We are not to justify him at any point, for anything. He took full advantage of the repulsion people developed out of the conditionings. And then he built up all these stories. Because he was himself a very low-level man, not to be counted as a human being from any standard. You see, Christ came for human beings, but not for these low-level people. Even the lepers were better than him, I think. Horrible it is. You want to think about the whole thing, makes me nauseating. It's very unholy. So, for all practical purposes, we have to understand that we have nothing to do with Mr. Freud. He is filth, he is dirt, he is absolutely low-level man. We have nothing to learn from him nor from his ideas. Now, the other side of it is the conditioning of the churches. There are still many Sahajogis still confused with it. Of course, if you have to save the Christians so-called, you have to take them out of the conditioning. Luckily we have someone who is writing a thesis about these things. How these things are dangerous to society. But still nobody realizes this is anti-Christ activity, to condition you. Is it anti-Christ activity? Christ came on this earth where Moses has laid down the dharma. After him, so many years, he thought people would be in balance and he has to give the message of his resurrection and ascent. That's how he came on this earth. But then they created even worse things than the Shariat. Shariat is in the Bible. All these laws are in the Bible, where they say that anybody who does this should be killed. Anybody who does like that should be beheaded. It's all in the Bible. You see, whatever these Muslims are doing is all in the Bible. It's coming from Bible. So to neutralize all that, Mr. Freud started another style. For us, divine laws are binding because we know that's the only way one can rise. It is not compulsory, but voluntary acceptance that we have to rise, that we have to be all right. There are no conditionings in Sahaja Yoga, but this is how we improve, this is how we go further, so we accept the situation and we move forward with it. That's why realization should give you that strength to fight anti-Christ activities within your mind. You have to face yourself, is the point I'm saying. Not only that you have to face yourself, but you have to face the so-called society that is around you. And see for yourself that these conditionings and these antichrist activities into which you have indulged are completely detrimental to your growth and to your ascent. And as you are special people who have got realization, you have to argue it out with yourself and reach proper conclusions. No use arguing out with others. As you know, with the conditioning, people get quiet, they don't talk. But the conditioning is growing inside. With the ego, people talk too much and they aggress others with their talking, and the ego is growing too much. So one has to be in the witness state. That means wherever you have to talk, and wherever you have to keep quiet, you have to keep quiet. This is at the Vishuddhi level. At the Agya level, you have to detest all that is ugly, all that is unholy, all that is filth. Because now a new sensitivity has developed within you. A new sensitivity to holiness, to auspiciousness. Try to improve this auspiciousness within. I find people get very easily attached to negative people. They get identified with negative. It's very common. And they think they have been sympathetic. It's a sympathy they are working. It could be your sister, could be your brother, mother, or could be your wife, your child. Can be anyone. But by getting attached to such people, you are really harming that person, because that person will go down to hell. And you will also go down to hell. So if you want to do any good to the person, best thing is not to be attached to that person and tell that person that these are antichrist activities. And get attached to that group which is positive, which is doing auspicious work, which is doing holy work, and understand that the strength lies in getting attached to that group than getting attached to some single out negative personality. Now, every one of you has had some experience of this. I'll give you the example of Warren's wife. She's not here, neither he is here. But it's nice to understand what happened in her case. He was very attached to her. We married her. He asked me. I was really shocked that he's so insensitive. Why can't he see her? Why can't he understand her? But I didn't know what to say now. I said, if I say don't marry, he will think that mother is trying to force him down or something. I didn't know what to say, but I was really shocked. And for about 2 minutes I didn't say anything. And she also played her cards very well. And I said, all right, you can marry, you'll get happiness. If you think you get happiness, that's all. I didn't say joy. I said, if you think you can get happiness, marry. Now she got married to him. Then he said she must come with him to England. He brought her. Tried to avoid. I told Warren, be careful. Then they lost their passports. He found his passport, she did not. But he got after my life. He said, please ask Mr. Srivastava, somehow get her passport. Her passport should be there. I said, all right. Then they made her passport. And she came with me. Still she was continuing. I told that please send away this lady. I don't want her to be with me. It's a headache. All the 24 hours she's with me. See, I must have some time without these horrible booths around me. Please get rid of her. She's bad. But he couldn't understand. Still he was siding with her. Then one day it happened that she attacked my heart. The heart got into a big twist. I said, now you put your hand on my heart and see. It was throbbing like anything. He couldn't put his hand, couldn't even bring it near it. I said, now please ask her to get down. When she got down, it stopped. Then he realized this is the thing. But still, he did not give her up. He did not give her up. Went to Los Angeles, everywhere, she followed me. The sympathy, see, she could have gone away. She was quite a robust lady, no problem. But in Los Angeles, then she started showing her teeth to him gradually. And then, ultimately, he got into trouble. He started getting the pains. But as soon as I left Los Angeles, she got her epilepsy. And he realized how dangerous it was to carry her all the time with me. Now he can't send her away because she has epilepsy, so he took her back. She tried to disrupt all the ashram by telling them her sympathy story. Oh, my husband, he wants to leave me, this, that nonsense. And all of them fell for her. Now she's a bhoot and a bhoot and a bhoot. And the bhoot started increasing. One more bhoot added, sympathy you give her, one more bhoot added, once you give her sympathy, one more bhoot added. And she was creating problems. You see, this is not good, he's not good, he's against me, this family is against me, that is against me. Like. Then he got heart attack. Terence got heart attack. That's it. So then he sent her. Now you don't repeat all that nonsense. Negativity is not to be tolerated, not to be carried on with. Discretion is better part of valor. One need not be afraid, but discretion is better part of valor. Alright? If you have negativity, better get rid of it. If somebody is so negative, better have nothing to do with that person. Whatever may be the relationship, just have nothing to do. Because no use going down. If you are a seeker, you are a responsible seeker and a Sahajogi, one has to be careful. This is on a Christmas day, I have to say, because there only the fight starts, at the Agya Chakra. Because if you shift from the principle of Christ, you start giving argument in support of the negativity, always, in the opposite direction, alright? And you have all the arguments which works against Christ. The same Agya Chakra, when it goes funny, you start seeing things very reasonable, which are absolutely false and wrong. So we have to be alert. We have to be with Christ. Oh, they'll say also, oh, I'm getting vibrations, mother, all right? And I'm also very much there. It's true, we saw the vibrations, nothing wrong. I feel embarrassed. Sometimes I do not tell. I feel embarrassed. And people also try to maneuver me by playing tricks on me, so that I'm rather worried sometimes how to tell people. Because I've seen ego-oriented people are extremely sensitive. Now they are not arrogant, that's one thing is there, but they are extremely sensitive. And if you tell them anything, they will not accept. Like yesterday I blasted all the Pune people. They said it was for our good. Nobody said that, mother, why did you say such and such thing? No, not one word. Everybody said it was for our good. But in the West, if you lash them, then you will be lashed. Nobody is going to take it that way.
जय श्री माता जी। हम सब श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर आज के ध्यान के लिए आभार प्रकट करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। जय श्री माता जी। Let's all bow down to Shri Mataji and thank Shri Mataji, today's blessings, today's vibrations, and take Bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji.